Let's see. All right, can you guys hear me? You hear me okay, right? I'm sure you guys can hear me okay. I don't like to hear that, Clan. What you talking about? What's with their What? What's with their What? Back. I can't let my cat jump on here. Actually, where's her backpack? What did I do with that? I don't know what I did with her backpack. You said, I did? Oh. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Maybe I was clearing my throat a little bit. All right, let's see here. I have not heard about this. You said De'Aaron Fox? Is there something going on, or? Let's see. Max? Were we gonna give him the max? Oh gosh. Oh, how many more years on his contract? One? It was supposed to happen today? I have not. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I just sneezed. He was like, bless you. De'Aaron Fox, contract. Chat's bringing this up. I haven't even thought about this, but you guys are right. There's multitude of articles on this. So someone said they was supposed to happen today? Is that right? Oh, he's just eligible to get it today. Okay, that's a huge difference between like the Spurs promised it today and he's just eligible for it. All right, so let's see here. Let's read this article. People around the NBA wondering about De'Aaron Fox's max contract. So first and foremost, as you guys know, the San Antonio Spurs, they have a knack for signing deals that are fairly team friendly, right? But I don't know. I don't really have a doubt in my mind that the Spurs would give him the extension, right? So let's see here. The Spurs traded for Fox at deadline 2024 And as Clutch Points Brett Siegel reported, Fox became eligible on Sunday for a 4-year, $229 million extension. Recently, NBA insider Mark Stein took to his Substack to shed some light on the league thought process regarding a potential extension for the former All-Star. Since acquiring Fox, San Antonio has watched Steph Castle win Rookie of the... Okay, let me be real, okay? Let me be transparent here. Steph Castle winning Rookie of the Year is impressive, okay? I'm not taking anything away from him. He was really good. But Steph Castle's percentages weren't that great, and also I don't think that he's better than what the San Antonio Spurs expected him to be. At least from how I viewed it, Steph Castle did not exceed my expectations. This is how good I thought he was to begin with. I don't want to take anything away from him, but like in his class, him being Rookie of the Year, I knew right off the bat that he was probably the best player in that draft, right? But it's not the strongest draft in the world. So I just don't like that as a talking point to say, okay, you acquire Fox, but Steph Castle, he's exceeded expectations. I don't think he's exceeded expectations. I think he's been great, and I think the Spurs expect him to be great. I don't know. That might be like a controversial take. I'm very high on Steph Castle. It's just, yeah. Anyways, and won the rights to via trade lottery to select Dylan Harper. Now that was huge. That was absolutely huge. With the number 2 overall pick in June 25. But by the time this 4-year extension is over with, wouldn't you then reevaluate Dylan Harper to see to go ahead and give him his new contract? Or am I tripping? Isn't that how that works with rookie contracts? We're gonna have to take a look. Yep, I'm not wrong, am I? Okay. Those developments have many people wondering league-wide, how automatic is a max for Fox now? Okay. Siegel also reported that it sounded like Fox would be getting an extension worth slightly less than the max. Okay. The emergence of Castle and the draft lottery luck that led to Harper have complicated what once seemed like an obvious decision to keep Fox around long term regardless of the price. But wait, but it says right here, it sounds like he will get an extension worth slightly less than the max. What's the big deal? All right, let's look at another article. What are we freaking out about? Yeah, it's not automatic. Is this the same stuff? Let's see. General Manager Rob Pelinka said in a statement after the contract was finalized, the extension meant Luka Doncic's future with the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. But the Spurs will need to consider upcoming negotiations with Wembanyama. Oh yeah, that's true. Who will be eligible next summer to sign a 5-year, $200. Now he will get whatever. I'm sure it'll be a little less than that, but he'll get whatever. If you want it, he'll get it. That will kick in 2027. Limiting the money and term on Fox's extension could help the San Antonio Spurs maximize the flexibility they will have to build around Wembanyama, Castle, and Harper going forward. I just don't think this is that big a deal. Fox is huge for this team. I don't see the Spurs just throwing that out the window. But one thing they've done time and time again is making sure that the team is set up nicely, right? And most of the time, I mean, we haven't really seen, honestly, have we seen it? Can someone name in the chat, can someone name a player that's been like upset with the San Antonio Spurs when it comes to their contract? I feel like most players we get are pretty content with what comes out of it, and it's almost always team friendly to some extent. Like, I don't think that they're just going to put all their money into one basket with De'Aaron Fox, but like, they're going to compensate him. I mean, he desperately wanted to come to San Antonio. I'm sure that he'll talk it out, you know? I've only been here for 3 years, don't ask me. Okay. I can't really think of one, honestly. Like players, because I think about players that were upset with us, but I don't think it was contract related. You see Steven Jackson. He was upset with us. Kawhi, but none of that was money-wise. Yes, the Spurs reevaluate who is a third guard. Evaluate who in this 3-guard will be the starting 5 and who the point guard or second unit is a win-win situation. We have Tony Parker, Danny Green, and Manu Ginobili 2.0. Okay, I do think that Steph Castle, assuming that you're saying that that's the Danny Green, I do think Steph Castle's better than Danny Green. That no state income tax helps a lot in Texas. I don't know. All right, well, yeah, I don't think this is that big a deal. I don't think it's anything to panic about. I do want to take a look at Spurs contracts. I guess it'll be like salary. Let's see. De'Aaron Fox. 1, 2, 3. Let's see, Dylan Harper. Yeah, about the time that all this is over, By the time his extension is about over, they'll be able to reevaluate some things. It's not a big deal. We'll be all right. They'll figure it out. I wouldn't stress about it. Yeah, it's a big difference between it could have been done today and it was supposed to be done today. It's all right. I do think that Fox is here long term. He's really good. What are y'all's opinions on who the starting five should be? I've said it time and time again. I think it's De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper. I'm blanking. De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes, Sohan, and Wemby. Fox Castle. No, I think Fox and Dylan Harper is better. I think they'll play off of each other a little bit better. Because Harper is a better shooter. His off-ball shooting is actually pretty good. So if I had to choose, I would choose Harper. I agree with that 5. Yeah. Castle compliments Fox way more. In what way? The defense? Dylan Harper's a really good defender. Fox isn't a slouch defensively either, but Dylan Harper's a really good defender. Clan, come on. Dylan Harper is a really good defender. I don't know what to tell you. He is. He is a really good defender. He isn't a really good defender? He is a good defender. What are you talking about? Even the last time we saw him, he was putting up, like, he was really good defensively. The last time you saw him. If you saw him in the summer league, he was really good defensively. He's a good defender. But you're saying really good? I think he's a really good defender. Clan, he's not capping. I think he's a really good defender. There's levels to it. I do think Castle's a better defender. You can't call some rookie guard a really good defender. You know, you guys do this every year. You do this every year. Like, we get a player that's genuinely really, really good. You don't know how good they are, and then you just say, well, he's a rookie. You can't say he got to earn his... Like, you guys do this every single time. I remember when I was talking about Steph Castle and how great Steph Castle was going to be. And I was like, yeah, like day one, he's going to be really good. And everybody's like, you can't say that. He's a rookie. And then after like a few months, you're like, hey, he's untradeable. Like, you guys are ridiculous. Come on. You do this every year. Every single year. I think the only player you didn't do it with was Wemby because it was very obvious. But some people did do it with Wemby. Some people did still do that with Wemby. Dang, I didn't realize how little money. I mean, that's a good contract, but you know, for an NBA player, I didn't realize how little money he's making. $636,000. You did it with Primo. I did say that Primo is going to take a minute, but I said that he was good. Yeah, Primo was good. I mean, it is what it is. He screwed up his career. Losing that whole year by doing that really messed him up. I did think Primo was going to be good. Yeah, it's lost potential at this point. I'm excited for the Harper and Fox to be in the starting point guard. Depends on opponent point guard. I think we're solidified. I think that's what you're saying. At 5 in the West. Yeah, I think we're 4, dude. Exactly. I agree. I just saw your message. Quest for Dominion? Having a good defensive second unit has been a big issue for us. Whenever Wemby is off the court, our defense drops a ton. With Castle coming in for the second unit, we wouldn't have this issue as much. Yeah, it's all about depth. Castle is a better defender. Okay, all right. I'll tell you who the best defenders are. Okay, it's Wembanyama, and then it's Sohan, and then it's Castle. Okay, so let's put them in categories. Victor Wembanyama, he's generational defender. Like nobody's like him. Sohan, I think he's elite defender. Castle, I think he's slightly under that, but like he's a really good defender. And if you argue with that, then I don't know, argue with the Spurs because Sohan's always guarding the best player. And then behind Castle, I would say Carter. Then after Carter, honestly, I might go with Harper. I might go with Dylan Harper. Oh wait, I'm tripping. I'm sliding. Isn't that something that Kendrick said? No, I'm tripping. Hold on. I need to restart it. It's Victor Wembanyama, and then it's Sohan, and then it's Castle, and then I think it's Carter, and then Luke Carnett, and then Harper. Do you guys think who's a better defender, Julian Champagnie or Devin Vassell? I might go with Champagnie. I'm gonna go with Champagnie. Then Devin, then Fox. I'm just now realizing how many good defenders we have. Dang. And then I guess we'll go with... honestly, I'll probably go with Harrison Barnes and then Keldon. We're so set. These are a lot of defenders. I didn't even realize how many defenders. You said Julian? Yeah, I think Julian's better than Vassell. Vassell, clearly. A better defender than Julian Champagnie? Fox after Castle? You'll put Fox after Castle? I don't know. Fox is a good defender. It's kind of weird. It's like once we get past Luke Cornett, a lot of players are pretty close in defensive capability, I think. Fox is underrated on defense. Oh, crap. The webcam is out. When did it go out? I have no idea what just happened. How long has it been out? Did it just go out? I hope it wasn't out during that segment. Like 1 minute? Oh, okay. Wasn't Fox like top 3 in steals a couple seasons ago? I think so. No, he's a really good defender. All right, we got a new one. We got another thing to talk about. We got something else to talk about, chat. I'm so excited. I'm excited for the season 2. Like, we got so many defenders. That's crazy. Actually, going through that list made me realize how many defenders we actually have. Like, we think about the big names, right? We think Wemby, Sohan, Castle, Carter, right? But like, we got a lot of defenders. Like, that's a lot of good defenders. Thanks for the super chat. Oh my god, super chat, Jones. Thanks, man. Well, you didn't have to say that it was a $2 super chat. It showed that it was a $2 super chat. But thank you. All right, let's take a look at this. So apparently Trey Murphy has something to say about Carter. I didn't actually watch this. Someone sent it to me, though.
Who's your MC? Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant.
Whoa, what? Hold on, I didn't hear the question.
Who's your mentee?
Carter Bryant.
Who's your who's your mentee?
Carter Bryant.
Yeah, kid from Spurs.
We're gonna fact check with him.
What is that? What is a mentee? What is that?
Like I try,
He's his
help
mentor.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, just try to like give him some knowledge.
How did that come about? What, he came to you or like what?
No.
What's a mentee? What's a mentee? I saw. Okay, this is like completely unrelated. I saw something that triggered the crap out of me. Okay, it triggered. Actually, I'll say it after this.
It was Nike Skills Academy. I was like one of the NBA players that came back and played, and I had seen him earlier because his trainer Olin, the guard whisperer, he used to work him out.
Oh, that's his actual trainer. So who do we have working with the guard whisperer now? Or I guess he's been working with him. We got Carter Bryant. We got Steph Castle. Is that it? I don't know if anybody else was working with the Castle. Yeah. I don't know. Who else was working with the guard? I feel like we got somebody else, but I could be wrong.
And I knew him because of Nikhil. And so I would see clips and I was like, all right, this kid has a chance. Like, he's going to be pretty good.
Wait. Wimby, right? Or was that someone else? Did Wimby work with the guard whisperer? No? Okay.
Because, I mean, he already had the size and then he had skill with it. So I was talking to him in Nike Skills and then
look that up.
Stayed in contact. And throughout the year at Arizona, he would ask for advice and stuff like that. And I would just, just try to help him through stuff. Just talk to him. Because I know for me, like coming up, like I would always love when older people, would spit knowledge and, give me game because, it's free. Yeah. Like it's free knowledge and then you get a step ahead of everybody else. And so, I'm not going to say like he's my mentee, like I'm his mentor, but like I just try to give him advice. That's it.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, we know that like this is okay. So this is why when Dylan Harper ended up saying that the San Antonio Spurs do it different than everyone else in the league, right? And I saw quite a few people actually responding to that and being like, how would you know? You haven't been in the NBA. But in actuality, a lot of these players talk to other players. They know how the NBA works. They know what's going on, right? They have friends that's in the NBA. And it's just the fact that the Spurs have that reputation. So you would just know that anyways. We know that. So why would he not know that? You know what I mean? But like stuff like this is really good. Puts things in perspective and actually just shows that Carter Bryant's a sponge, right? He's an absolute sponge. So yeah, I really like this. Trey Murphy, yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, pretty nice. Okay, the thing that triggered me, I don't know why this came to my mind. I guess it came to my mind because he was like, what's a mentee? I don't know. It's just like you ask questions and it's like that's very obvious what that is. I saw something and it triggered the crap out of me, guys. Chat, it triggered me so bad. Okay, it might have triggered my existential crisis. I have no idea. I was like, am I actually getting old? Is it time? Tell us. Okay, actually, I'll do a test here. I saw something where it was a bunch of athletes and they were like early 20s. Okay, so young guys, and they showed them a picture of something. And they didn't know what it was. And it triggered me. Hold on. This is the exact image they showed them. It's going to trigger the crap out of me. If I know it's quite a few young guys, everybody, young guys, young women that watch me. I'm going to show you something. They asked him, what is this? Please, guys. Please do not make me feel like, come on. I know that we got TikTok brain. All right. I know we got TikTok brain. I know. You get what I'm saying? You seen that? Yes. What it? Okay. You're trolling. You're trolling me. Yeah. It's so weird. Okay. So I understand that like, okay, they were born in like 2000, like 4, 5 or whatever. So it's like, all right, you were born when this came out. But like, How do you not know the consoles that came before you? I don't get that. I don't understand that. They were legit like, I don't know what that is. That's a PS1, right? Yeah, it's a PS1. I don't get this. I don't get this. Guys, I know consoles that came before me. I knew what a Walkman was, you know? What is that? Can someone explain to me why? How that happens? How do you not know consoles that came before you? You know? I don't get it. I think I still got mine in my mama's house, but it don't work though. That's unfortunate. I want to get a Dreamcast. I actually regret, you know, when you're like a kid and then you go through college or whatever, and you like trade away all your consoles. Like you just trade them. You get the next one or whatever. I kind of wish I would have kept them, honestly. It's just weird to me. Imagine showing them a Dreamcast. Maybe I would understand Dreamcast, okay? It's one generation. You know, we didn't have it for that long. Maybe. But, like, how do you not know what a GameCube is? That's weird to me. Now, what's even weirder is I remember what it smells like. I know that's weird. But the GameCube had a very distinct smell. It smelled pretty good. Bro, I had a Sega CD. Okay, I never had a Sega CD. I think the earliest console I had was a Super Nintendo, but it wasn't even my console. It was my brother's console. But like, yeah, even like a Sega CD, right? Like, okay, wait, I need to actually be transparent. I would not know what this. If someone showed me this, I would have said Sega Genesis. Because it looks like a Sega Genesis. Yeah, I would have said Sega Genesis, honestly. If someone showed me that, I would have been like, is that a Genesis? Like, yeah, I've never seen this before. I don't know. Anyways, just wanted to tell you what triggered me. That was very random. That had nothing to do with that video, but God, man, I just couldn't believe that. Like, you should know. You should know. You should know. Animal Crossing. I know what you meant. I wonder how far back I can go. Let's see. See how far back I can go that I would recognize. Now, let's see here. All right. So before my time would have been... Oh, wait. It was a Genesis. That was a Genesis, wasn't it? Okay. So I would have been able to recognize... See, this is what triggers me, guys. Because look. All right. Genesis, I recognize the Genesis. I recognize Super Nintendo. This is before my time, okay? I was born 94. All right? Like the end of 94. So before that, though, I would have recognized all the way up to the Nintendo. I don't know these... Well, I've seen these two, but only because like I watch YouTube videos. But I don't actually, I wouldn't be able to just say what they are. But like, okay, I can name up to here. I can name 10 years back, 11 years back before I was born. And I know what a PlayStation is, and I know what a Nintendo 64 is, and I know what a Game Boy is. But like, how are they born right here? Oh wait, it came out in 2001. I thought it came out in 2004. Okay. Nonetheless, I got it when it came out. But how? A GameCube was so irrelevant. It wasn't. It was in the Game Wars with the original Xbox and PlayStation 2. Like, it wasn't irrelevant. I mean, it wasn't the biggest GameCube. Wait, did the GameCube flop? The GameCube might have flopped. To their standards, it flopped, I think. That might actually be a point. I think it did flop. Let's see, how many consoles did I own? My brother owned a PlayStation. My brother owned a... Actually, he owned a Nintendo. He owned this. Did we have a Super Nintendo? Now I'm like blanking. Anyways, what did I own? My brother owned this, but I still have my Nintendo 64, by the way. Let's see. I didn't own a PlayStation 2. My brother did. My first console was a GameCube. I bought an Xbox. I had a Nintendo 64. I had a PSP. Man, PSP was dope. I had a 360. I didn't do PlayStation 3. I had a Wii. Had a PlayStation 4. Oh, I've literally had every console. I don't have an Xbox Series X, though. But I have a PS5. Well, I guess once I got to the age where I can, like, start getting stuff, I end up just getting every console. People nowadays don't care about history. Maybe that's what it is. It really bothers me. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess was the last GameCube game. PSP was great if you modded it. Yeah, I modded it. I ended up getting an iPhone, and then I jailbroke it, and I was like, "What's the point of this?" And then I went to Android. 'Cause I was like, "Oh, okay, I got an iPhone just to make it an Android." But once I live in Japan, I probably need to get an iPhone because people only have iPhones out there. I'm really excited to move to Japan, y'all. That Japan trip was dope. I know living there won't be the same as visiting, but I'm keeping that mindset. I'm gonna embrace the culture. I pretty much had every console except Dreamcast. Wait, where is Dreamcast? They don't have Dreamcast on this list. I didn't own a Dreamcast. My brother did. GameCube is legendary. It is. GameCube are equivalent to a Nintendo Wii. Now, Nintendo Wii is way more relevant than GameCube. Like, Nintendo Wii was like a phenomenon. Like, that was an event. Everyone had a Nintendo Wii. You couldn't find... It was hard to even buy Nintendo Wiis after a while, but everyone had one. Because it was just so accessible. Like, anyone could play it. Anybody. Like, grandparents, kids... It was very smart for them to just make it a remote, you know, to be honest. It's kind of unfortunate that, like, the only company now is, like, that's truly innovating is Sony. Like, the PS5 is very different than the PS4. Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, there's not much of a difference. Oh, you're moving early next year? Heck yeah, dude. Why are you moving to Japan? Yeah, the culture. I want to change the culture. Getting tired of being in America. Where in Japan are you going? Right now, I don't know because I'll just be an English teacher initially, right? So I'm going to go in, be an English teacher. That'll get my foot through the door. And they basically choose. Like, you ask, like you give preferences, but you don't really get to choose. So after, like, a year, that's when I'll be able to just kind of do my own thing. And actually decide where I'm going to be. Yokosuka. I don't know where that's at. Hold on. What's making you get there? Or what's making you go there? Is it military? Because this looks like a military base. Are you in the military? Yeah, Navy. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That's cool. Are you going alone or? Yeah, I've never seen. Is this? It's not Okinawa, is it? Oh no, it's not. It's about Tokyo. Oh, it's yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's where a lot of military is at. Like south of Tokyo. That would be cool. Have you ever been to a Spurs home game? Yeah. Yeah, you got to do a meet and greet at a Spurs game before you go. I haven't planned it yet, but I actually am considering going to a Spurs game in San Antonio before I leave. All right. Ooh, hold on. All right. Something else to talk about. Matt Lerma posted this. Matt Lerma. Zach Lowe talking about the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm a Spurs optimist for next season only. Let's look at next season in a vacuum. I'm banking on three things. Number one, Wembanyama is absolutely incredible. He's a top 10 player already. I don't even know.
All right. What? First and foremost, okay, actually, hold on. I'll let it play. You guys get on to me about that a lot. I'll let it play, but when it's longer videos, I don't just let it play, okay? We'll let this play, though. It's only a minute.
How fast the development could happen and where he will rank after next season if he stays healthy. It's frightening. Number two, I think Fox is going to be hungry. He's heard the noise about how he was maybe not quite as good as they expected when they got him in very limited minutes with Wembanyama and all that. I think he's going to be hungry to prove that.
Who said that? Sorry.
You know, clutch play. I don't know if he was ever clutch player of the year, but he was in the running for that, all that stuff. Number three, they are going to be a hard playing deep team every single game, which has a lot of value in the regular season over 82 games. Youth and effort can go a long way if you have enough talent. And then zooming further out than that, they are just loaded for bear with assets if and when they need to do something. They have extra stuff from Atlanta. They have a swap top one protected with Boston. We'll see how that comes into play. They have a swap in 2030 with Dallas and or Minnesota. They have an unprotected swap with the Kings that they got for facilitating the DeMar DeRozan trade from Chicago to Sacramento. And I think
I didn't even know about that one.
they were very smart to sort of moonwalk out of the Durant stuff this summer.
All right. So, well, the whole Durant situation, I mean, we were in a great position because he wanted to come to San Antonio, but like once more teams got involved and started putting out, you know, what they can give for him, that's where it got kind of weird. But all right, so first and foremost, the first thing that he said about Victor Wembanyama being like the man, being awesome, I actually am 100% banking on Wemby improving because he actually has a legitimate offseason. I know that a lot of people are like, it's not that big a deal. You want him to go and play overseas so he can get those reps. But honestly, I'm just not that bought in on that. Like I much rather him be, you know, with the Spurs staff, with his teammates, you know, when he gets to see him, I guess, just working on his game and preparing for the preseason and then the regular season, rather than putting all his, you know, energy into, you know, something different, because that's where mindset is very important as well, right? Like, and rightfully so. And how Wemby is, his mind will be overseas. Like, he's going to be thinking that's what I'm preparing for, right? You can't be preparing and thinking about the regular season. Right now, I'm thinking about, going to play Eurobasket. So like, I think he will be way better than we expect. As far as as far as Fox, I was not aware that people were talking trash about Fox. But I will say this, he was very good before the pinky injury. And even with us, he did fairly well with only just a few games playing with us. So I have no doubt in my mind how good he'll be. And on top of all of that, in these close situations, because that's what it's really going to come down to, right? Like a lot of these games, they're probably going to be pretty close games, and who's going to finish it. We know how clutch Fox is, right? So like the Spurs have a lot of weapons. Just stay in the game. You got a lot of weapons, but he's one that's come in clutch throughout his career, so that'd be huge. And also having a little bit of playoff experience. And then lastly, what he said, completely correct. You got a lot of players, a lot of depth, a lot of youth, and that really does come into play throughout the regular season. So I agree with all that. I was not aware of the Knicks swap, though. I did not. Yeah. I knew we had a lot of assets, but man, oh man, that's actually really impressive. So I'm feeling good. His last game, he had a triple dub, right? Let's see. He went out with a bang. I remember that. He had like 30 points. Come on. Don't be shy. All right, here we go. 32 points, 11. Oh my God. 11 assists, 9 rebounds. He almost did. 32 points and only went to the line 6 times. And he shot 28% from 3. He had 32 points, bad percentages at 3, and only went to the line 6 times. Like he put on a show. Yeah, and 11 assists is crazy. Yeah, after this, the Spurs like, all right, we're gonna sit you. Go get your surgery. He wasn't that bad before that. I mean, he wasn't the best, but he wasn't that bad. Yeah, his second month, he averaged 29. He averaged 29 points in the month of November. So, yeah, people don't realize how good he actually is. It's crazy that I bring up De'Aaron Fox in, like, top 5 conversations for point guard, and people just laugh at it. Like, they don't even think for a second that, hey, there might be, you know, you might have some truth there. But it's okay. In actuality, the more I think about it, I'll probably give him top 7, honestly. But undoubtedly, he's a top 10 point guard in the NBA. Like, I don't care. I don't care. Especially when you look at the LeBron app. Not app. I'm sorry. I can't talk. That stat. The LeBron stat. Like looking at his overall impact, the Darko and all of that. He's top of the league. He's one of the best point guards that impacts the game. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. I'm looking through some of these comments. If Fox really want to play alongside Wemby, he should take less. He even said the money doesn't matter in the Draymond Green podcast. Yeah, he genuinely wants to play for San Antonio. I feel like we should get Fox a 3-year for $95 million. That might be a little disrespectful. That might be a little He might not be okay with that. Bronson, Luka, SGA, Ja. Who else? I wasn't counting anybody that was injured, but hold on. Let's see here. All right. So this list is going to have him pretty low just because, you know, this season wasn't the best. So let's see. I'll tell you who I think is better than him, okay? Undoubtedly better than him, and then I want to kind of leave out guys that are injured. All right? So SGA, obviously. Luka, obviously. Halliburton, injured. Jalen Brunson. I'm going to give him the slight over Brunson. People might disagree with that, but I give him the slight over Brunson. Steph Curry, yes. Lillard, injured. Kate Cunningham. maybe. I don't think Kyrie Irving's better than Fox. Kyrie Irving gets a lot of praise. I don't know what's going on with that. Tyler Hero, no. Tyrese Maxey, possibly. Maybe Ja. Well, Ja's injured. Is Ja injured? Dude, I always forget when Ja's injured. Is he injured? He better than Maxey? Not Ja. Is Ja injured? You can give Ja. Maybe LaMelo. So who we got? 1, 2, 3. This is my opinion. 4, 5. I'm looking. Actually 7, because I think Trae Young's better than Fox. So I'll give him 7. Yeah. 7. Top 7. He has 6. Okay, I'll give him 7. Just to be safe. But I don't think that is out of the realm of possibility to say he's a top 5 point guard. Like I feel like that shouldn't be like disrespectful, you know? I think it's disrespectful to dismiss that right off the bat. How you think Trae better but not Brunson? I really do like Brunson. That's a fine point. I don't know. That might be more of a vibe check, honestly. You can criticize me for that. That's more vibes. Anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Man. Feeling hungry, y'all. Got more stuff to talk about, but we can talk about that next time. Where you put Cade? Oh. I'll put him after Fox. Maybe right after Fox. That's my dryer. Beep. I'm about to watch. I don't know if I told you guys this last live stream. Well, tonight I'm gonna watch. What's it called? Talk to Me? No, it's not Talk to Me. That's the other movie they made. Bring Her Back. I'm gonna watch Bring Her Back. But I did watch and finish Game of Thrones. I finished Game of Thrones. I think I did mention it. I was kind of blown away how much they messed up. Oh crap. It went out again. I think the problem is it needs to be updated, so it's like acting up. Give me a second. Jeez, that's so loud. Yeah, the dang thing. Hold on. I need to. Come on, dude. Close. It won't close. Hold on. Let me go to Task Manager. In Task. Okay. There we go. I think it's coming back. There we go. Yeah, I think it's going to keep doing that until I update it. Bring Her Back is insane. Yeah, I'm getting ready to watch it. But I do want to say this. I watched Game of Thrones. Finally finished it. I couldn't believe how much they messed it up. I can't believe how much they messed it up. Did you guys, anybody seen Game of Thrones? I know I'm like super late, but like, good God, bro. It was crazy. I was actually blown away by how much they messed up that ending. I mean, I was accustomed to bad endings, right? Like, I was a big fan of Dexter, and the way that ended was very stupid. And then they brought Dexter back, and then the way that ended was stupid. And I was like, I can't decide which one was worse, this one or the other one. It's like, this was bad. And then Game of Thrones, this really blew me away because the writing was so great for a big chunk of it. And it's just like, and a lot of people told me like, oh, the 8th season is when it gets bad, but it actually start going downhill like 6th season. Like, you can tell a drop in quality as far as the writing. The ending was so bad, man. That's why I'll never rewatch it. It's so bad. Yes, ending wasn't good for Game of Thrones. But the last 3 seasons, it was going down. I promise. If you go back and you actually watch the last 3 seasons, you can see the dip in quality. Like, it was going down. That's why Breaking Bad is the best from start to end. Breaking Bad is the greatest show ever. Like, even shows like Sopranos had a very controversial ending. The Wire last season, was kind of boring, right? But like, Breaking Bad is the only one that I can think of that's pretty great from start to finish. Better Call Saul too. It's pretty great from start to finish. Vince Gilligan is just that guy. Like, the ending to Breaking Bad, I remember when I saw it, I couldn't think of a better ending for that. It's a perfect ending. It was kind of crazy because I was in college, or I just started college. I was a freshman, and I had caught up on, it was over the summer, I had caught up on Breaking Bad because I'd never seen it before. And right when I got done with it, I was like, man, I can't wait to when the next season comes out. And then I realized that I had binged all of Breaking Bad within like a week, and the next season was coming out like the next Sunday or something like that. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And when we got to the finale, I remember I had like a class, and I ran from my class to my dorm just to see the ending because I was like, I cannot miss this. I was a huge fan. I started rewatching it. God, bro, it's even better than I remember. It's so good. Breaking Bad is so good. Justified is also good. I don't know how often I should take your guys' suggestions, man. Somebody had me watch. What was that show that y'all had me watch? And it was trash, man. What was it? From. You guys had me watch From. That show sucks. And then someone had me watch. I can't remember what the show was called. Hold on, I got it on my letterbox. Give me a second. Let's go to letterbox. Did you get my two-way? I was with my girlfriend. You a lie. Called Tanya and Keisha, and they were both at home. By the way, you guys watch DD Sing. You should watch that. Taza the High Rollers is pretty good too. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's see. Where is this show? Wait, I don't have to do that. It was a review I did. I think I did a review on it. It's very stupid. And you guys told me to watch it. I watched it because of you. Where is it? Yeah, Behind Her Eyes. Yeah, someone was like, dude, you should watch Behind Her Eyes. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. It was so dumb. I seen 3 episodes of From and got so bored, never went back to finish it. From sucks. I mean, I didn't even watch that much of it, but I can tell that it's going to suck. Like the first episode in and of itself, it's like, okay, you're introducing everything. You know, you're introducing this world or whatnot, and they get to the first death, and I was like, the only thing I could think about was, wow, I don't get to see these bad actors anymore. Like, that kid actor sucked. The kid actor's mom sucked. I was like, cool, I don't get to see bad acting. No, you're not gonna get me. You're trying to rate. That was a rage bait. You rage bait me, M. Clay and I'm late, but have you discussed a lot of Spurs stuff already? Oh yeah, we're done with Spurs stuff. I recommend The Studio by Seth Rogen. Okay, I will watch that. I heard good things about that. Yeah, I don't know, man. After watching Behind Her Eyes, I was pissed off. I was like, I thought I was going somewhere too. I was like, all right, where are we going? It took me right off a ledge. Paddington 2, 5 out of 5. That's the best rating I ever gave. You guys should watch Sing Sing. It's good. Concrete Utopia, though, you should definitely watch that. I personally think masterpiece, honestly. If I do say so myself. I think masterpiece. I don't even remember Lady Vengeance. What happened in this movie? I don't even remember this movie. Oh, that's pretty bad that I forgot it that quickly. I forgot what happens in it. What did you guys think of Superman? My biggest gripe with Superman is just there was no time to breathe. That really irked me, honestly. Because I think that this is the best Superman we've had. Like, the character Superman we've had. Maybe ever? Superman actor was good, but story was rushed. That's how I felt, man. It was like it hit on some very like interesting things, but at the end of the day, it was just like, guys, is this movie gonna slow down? Dog is annoying. I wasn't mad at the dog. I was just like, I was just ready for the movie to slow down for a minute, right? Like, sit, wallow in a little bit of darkness. I didn't really feel like Superman went through anything, and that's bad, right? That's like that's bad writing when you make it feel like he didn't really go through anything. Any situation he got out of was just cause like convenience sake. You know, when, I won't spoil it, but when Lex did the thing, that really dark thing, I was like, whoa, and I thought the movie was about to take off from there. I was like, okay, finally we stopped with all the jokes. We stopped with the shenanigans. Now we're going to be able to wallow in this a little bit. It's get dark. And then literally right after that, they cut to a scene and it's all jokes again. I'm like, can we stop doing that? Everything has to be a joke. Just stop. Just stop with all the jokes. 4 out of 5 in my books. Potentially could be 5 out of 5 in the future with another rewatch. The feeling I had watching Superman was the same feeling I had watching like the Barbie movie, where I was happy that it existed because I like the messaging behind it, right? It didn't have a lot of cynicism. It was basically, it took a side, you know, with the whole, you know, Israel Palestine genocide basically. And it took a side and it ran with it. And it's like, I appreciate it. I'm happy that this movie that millions upon millions upon millions of people are going to see did that. I like Superman as a character. I thought that he was awesome. That was really cool. I thought that he was genuinely Superman, right? I loved him. I thought Mr. Terrific was great. But just as far as it being a Superman movie, what did he go through? You know, like I want to see my like main character, my hero, get beat into the ground, right? Like I want to see him get beat into the ground and there's no way out and you're wondering and you're on the edge of your seat, like how do you get out of this situation? The reason why anime is so cool, the reason why shonen is so cool is because they do that times a million. Like you'll watch somebody like Tanjiro, right? And he's not as strong as the demon he's going against. Like there's no way of winning this, but he does something where it's like, whoa. Like I can even go back to Dragon Ball Z. The anime is okay. You're okay. You're mid. All right. If you think anime is just okay, you're okay. Sorry, Connor. I got triggered. I like anime a lot. Like I can even go all the way back to like Dragon Ball Z, right? Like think about when Goku went against Vegeta, right? That fight against Vegeta. It was like, how the heck do you get out of this? How, right? But how did he beat him? He beat him because of the type of person he was, right? And he had this person help him, and this person help him, and this person help him. And it's just a chain of events where you're just like on the edge of your seat, like, this is amazing how you get out of these situations. Like that's what I was looking for. I didn't once feel that. And I felt that in older superhero movies, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man trilogy, right? Sam Raimi made sure he did it. The Dark Knight trilogy, right? Christopher Nolan made sure he did it. Like you felt like, how do you get out of this situation? But man, a lot of these superhero movies, I would even go as far as to say maybe Endgame to an extent. Endgame ended up being pretty bad, but like Infinity War, Endgame, it did a pretty decent job. But like this is just like, he didn't go through anything. He didn't go through anything. Yu Yu Hakusho is my fave. Yu Yu Hakusho is really good. You know? Do you like his outfit? What are you talking about? Fantastic Four was great. I have to watch it. I mean, he did and had everyone against him though for a while. No, see, even that was lame. Like how everyone just, it was like the movie was going at like a super speed pace, right? Like as soon as there's some news on Superman, everybody turned and they show that. They show everyone turning on him by like people throwing stuff at him right off the bat. It came, from what I remember, it came right after him saving them. Like he saved a bunch of people, and then they were like, "What's this on the news?" And they look at their phones, and it's like Superman, da 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 da, and then all of those people just turn on him. It was just like, whoa, what was that? What was that? Like it didn't feel organic. It didn't feel earned, right? You didn't feel him like be in despair. The best part, it's very telling that the best part of the movie is not the action, But when he was having this conversation with Lois Lane, right? When they were having that back and forth, that was the best part of the movie because it slowed down and you actually understood him as a character, right? You understood her as a character. And it just slowed down. It actually felt like he had some issues. It was some things that he was going through, right? You know what I mean? That just bothers me. And I think it's a problem with superhero movies, modern superhero movies to begin with, is that like because they spend so much money on these movies, they try to appeal to everybody, right? So it's like, what's something where everyone will love it, you know? Instead of it just being, hey, let me just make this really great movie. I don't think Christopher Nolan, when he was making the Dark Knight trilogy, he was thinking like, you know, how will 60-year-old mom take this? How will this person? He wasn't thinking like that, you know. But like nowadays, these superhero movies, they gotta crack a joke every few times. They can't wallow in any type of darkness at all, you know. And I'm not talking about like the Zack Snyder dark. Okay, that was fake dark. All right, that was just dark. The lens was dark. Okay. No one actually went through anything in those movies. I need a new Batman. But Batman is a movie that I feel like actually like let it breathe. And then they made the Penguin, and because they really care about these characters and setting their tone, they did a really great job with all of that. Like the Penguin's really good, and the Batman movie is really good, right? So like Batman is doing his thing. But the universe stuff, I don't know. I left the movie and I didn't feel like I got much out of it. It just felt like, I'm happy you exist. You had a few scenes in it that I enjoyed, but overall it just wasn't. It was all right, you know. But hopefully a Fantastic Four movie's better. But I'll tell you guys, I get tired of like cracking jokes every few seconds. The new Fantastic Four movie though, it does make me nervous because like Johnny doesn't seem like Johnny. Or the Human Torch. His name's Johnny, right? Let the Joker take care of the jokes. Exactly. Why are we telling jokes every few seconds? A new Batman would be great. Even with Edward Pattinson, okay, I get what you're saying, has been the best DC movie recently. Robert Pattinson is a phenomenal actor. He's probably like top 3 actors in Hollywood right now. I definitely put him on my top 3 list. I mean, he is dope. But it's an action movie. What do you mean? You talking about the Superman movie? That's not an excuse. You can be an action movie and still have heart and slow down. I've been complaining about jokes in comic book movies for about 10 years now. Yeah, it's so annoying. But no, it being an action movie doesn't absolve you from telling a good story and having a character you care about that goes through something and overcomes it. Like, that doesn't... Yeah, just being an action movie, like, you can be... You don't have to be... what's it called? Fast and Furious. Like, you don't... just because you're an action movie. Yeah, all I'm saying is it just... Superman movie, I like it. I'm happy it exists. I like Superman. He's cool. But as far as storytelling, wasn't really that great. You know, I never once felt like he was going through anything. Everything was a cop-out. him being in that prison, that should have went on a little bit longer. Johnny was kind of my favorite part. They did him differently from the past movies and comics. That makes me nervous, but I'll see it. We'll see. Looking forward to Predator and Mortal Kombat 2. I'm not looking forward to Mortal Kombat 2 because Mortal Kombat 1 was bad. Okay, I sound like a hater. I probably should mention some movies I am looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing Naked Gun. I know that's already out, but I do need to see Naked Gun. I want to see Together. I've heard like mixed things about Together. I don't know what's going on with that. The trailers look awesome though. I will say though, it is nice to have a serious Superman and a goofy Superman to just have variety instead of comparing the two over and over again. Nah, bro. Don't give me a serious Superman. I'm good on that. It is good to have a goofy Superman. I think it's okay for people to compare it. The Zack Snyder stuff really sucked. Man of Steel sucked. That wasn't Superman. Like you can have like certain things about them that you can change slightly or whatever, but they still need to be the character. That's why you can have like so many Batman movies that's like Batman as a samurai, Batman as an anime, Batman is this, Batman is that, Batman in feudal Japan or whatever, but like he's still Batman. Like his character is still Batman. He still kind of has the same code, right? But that Superman they did with Man of Steel, that wasn't Superman. What was that? Not saving your dad, and that's what is that? That's not Superman, bro. That's not Superman. When literally earlier in that movie you saved a whole school bus and nobody was worried about your identity, then that's not Superman. Destroying all those buildings, just letting things blow up, that's not Superman. So like, yeah, no, you can't. He complete. Zack Snyder just wanted to play with some action figures. Like that wasn't. Nah, I don't think it's okay to have the variety with Man of Steel. Man of Steel was awful, and the rest of them suck too. Unfortunately, Cavill's Superman never got the character development they were aiming for. They were always planning for the slow burn. It was just dumb. It was just dumb. I mean, he was in a courtroom and then just allowed everyone to blow up. And like that's where it's like it's dark, but it's like dark for the just sake of being dark. Like it didn't do anything for me. He was selfish. The only person he cared about was Lois Lane, it felt like. He sucked. His character sucked. Yeah. You can tell that I'm pretty jaded about superhero movies. I just want them to do well. Bro, you're literally nitpicking. I could do the same with your favorite comic book movie. Could you? Could you do the same with my favorite comic book movie? Please tell me all the flaws with Dark Knight. How is Batman not Batman in the Dark Knight? Yes? Okay, do it. Or Spider-Man. You can do it with Spider-Man. Do Spider-Man 2. Tell me those are like two of my favorite movies with prep time. I didn't prep this. All I said was Cavill's Superman just wasn't Superman. That's all I said. I just said he's not Superman. I'm not preparing for this. I didn't watch Man of Steel before going live. I just kind of remember it. I just kind of remember some points where I'm like, yeah, that Superman wouldn't have done that. That's like, guys, that's like bare minimum. Come on, let's be real here. This is like bare minimum. Superman saves people. He cares about not destroying things. That's like bare minimum Superman, and they didn't do that. You don't think that that's a problem? Letting a building of people in a court blow up and the bomb while he stood there and mogged the whole time. So dumb. Not Superman. Exactly. That's not Superman. Like this is like bare minimum. I'm not sitting here breaking down nitpicking like, you know, well, when Superman said this line, he would have actually said it like this, or when he did, he would have actually said it like, no, like letting buildings blow up is not Superman. I'm sorry. That's not Superman. And it's not even one of those things where buildings blew up and then it was just like, oh, you just ignore it. Actually, people didn't die. No, because literally in the next movie, they told you that was the whole point of Batman vs. Superman is that everyone died. Superman let people die. He sucked. He wasn't Superman. And people say like Cavill was such a good Superman. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He had no personality. Pro said prep time. Bro already lost. But like seriously, like you're like, I can nitpick your favorite movie. The Dark Knight? You can try. I mean, you can try to nitpick. I mean, if I nitpick Dark Knight, I could find like there's this scene where Batman's choking the Joker, right? And the Joker's hands are like this, but then they cut it and then his hands are like this, so you can tell that it was like a reshoot or whatever. And it was like, okay, that was a continuity error, but like that's not the same as Batman not being Batman or Joker not being Joker. And like I said, you can have like variations of characters, but some of the things need to stay the same. There's some core things. It's like when Spider-Man was talking about canon events, right? Like some things are set in stone about these characters that you do not change. Because if you change that fundamental thing about that character, everything else falls apart, right? This is the reason why a lot of those Spider-Man movies weren't the best, right? Because you just kept giving Peter Parker stuff, right? Like the MCU Spider-Man, they just kept giving him stuff. Like, oh, we'll give you this suit. There'll be no consequences for your actions. Those are like key points of Spider-Man. That should be just basic storytelling, but like, Spider-Man goes through things. He makes mistakes. He's poor. He doesn't have a lot of help. Like that's like some of his main qualities. Yeah, like you can't just like, because you change certain things, you change everything about that character. But yeah, I wish the Batman from The Dark Knight had fighting scenes like that one scene from Batman versus Superman where Batman went to go save Superman's mom. I don't like the Batman. I don't like the Dark Knight fights that much. They're like okay. They're cool. I will admit the beginning of Dark Knight actually does have I'm not talking about the robbery, where Batman starts like taking down like Scarecrow and everyone else. Like that was actually pretty cool. That was some good fight scene. Yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man was given everything. Andrew Garfield and even Tobey Maguire Spider-Man had to work harder. Yeah, they actually went through stuff. It's kind of embarrassing that it took all those movies just for them to restart him and put him where he's supposed to be. Like, and even now it's like it getting me nervous because they're like the Hulk is in this movie, the Punisher's in this movie. It's like why are we doing all this? Well, we know why they're doing it, but to be specific, he couldn't see the bomb because of the lead. Come on, bro. Hancho said he literally heard the bomb ticking and he has super speed. What do you mean? Dude, screw the bomb. What about like... Hold on. Where is it? Let me see if I can find this video. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Ah, this ain't it. Oh crap. Camera went out again. There we go. It's about to come back. Gosh, I don't think I'll be able to find it. I'm looking for a scene that will show you exactly what's wrong with Man of Steel. It's like an 18-wheeler is being, you guys remember this? I think it was an 18-wheeler. Is like being thrown at Superman, and there's a building behind him, and instead of him like catching it, he just like moves out the way so we can have an epic explosion behind him. I can't find it. Like the whole movie was like that. So like screw the bomb, like you're the one nitpicking at this point. I'm just grasping at straws, yanking your chain, but I just finished, so let me start my prep time. That was for aura purposes. Come on, clan. Yeah. Yeah, he was just aura. That actually, that's like all of Zack. That was Zack Snyder's, all of his movies. It was just aura farming. All of it, just aura farming. You know what really drove me crazy was when the Justice League Zack Snyder cut came out, and like everybody talked about how good it was. That made me so angry because I watched it and it was like, most of these cuts are just like slow motion shots that last 20 minutes. It wasn't good at all. I don't understand that. I don't know. Luffy over Goku? Like, you just like him more, or? All right, guys, I am hopping off. It's getting late. I'll be back on Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday night. But we did like 3 segments. I'll post those segments on here the next few days. So, yeah, never lost. To be fair, you don't have any points. You don't have any points. But you can do your prep time for Tuesday night if you want. All right, y'all. I'll give it to you later. Everyone have a good